Hey y'all, today's video I want to do a tier list for the season 9 of Marvel Rivals. Season 9.5 starts in about a week and a half, I think. So from when I'm recording this, and I wanted to get this tier list out before the hood dropped. So yeah, let's get started. I want to talk about the tiers themselves. So S plus, best in slot. These are the best characters in the tank role, support role, and the DPS role. S is meta, so like all like the characters that are like super good but aren't the number one in their role, I think, are going to be in S tier meta. Strong is like characters that you'll see a lot, but they're not like the best, like best characters. There's still some minor flaws with the character that kind of pushes them away from S tier. But yeah, they're like very good and very usable, and you're going to see them a lot in ranked probably. B tier is like usable, so characters that are usable, but they're not gonna like run lobbies, stuff like that. Like the characters that they have a lot more flaws in their kit, and they're gonna struggle a lot more than the characters above them. But they're still usable. They're still good picks, and they're not throwing when you pick these characters, right? C tier is more mid. You can still get value out of the C tier characters. Honestly, you can get value out of every character in every tier. But the C tier and the tier below that are characters that you have to work a lot harder for you to get value, and you can get punished very easily on your characters. So in terms of value, it's not as good as someone in S plus or S tier. Just from the fact that you have to work a lot harder, the characters are a lot weaker than the ones above them. They're not as usable, I guess I should say. In the poo-poo tier, the trash tier, F tier is characters that I think are just horrible, need a rework. They don't function at all. Their kits are flawed, so that's the tiers. I just want to preface this is this tier list is based off of like higher elo and pro play and scrim settings and stuff like that. And it's with the thought in mind of the skill ceiling rather than a skill floor. Like I think what matters in a tier list isn't, oh, this character is brain dead and low elo, because anybody can play them and get value out of them. It's more that the more you can progress in the game and the more you get better and the more you understand, there's certain characters that are going to be far stronger than other characters. And that's what this tier list is for. I want to define who I think is the strongest when you have a very similar mechanical skill to your opponents. So it started off then. We'll start with, I'm going to go by roles. So we'll start with Angela. I think Angela is strong. I think she's an A tier. I think Angela, she has a lot of weakness with stuns, and you can't overextend with her or you'll get punished very easily. I see, like, if you're playing Angela in a higher elo lobby and you try to like pull someone, they're gonna try to look at you, right? So it's your job to kind of not die and to get the consistent pulls off, but it's very challenging. The character does not make it easy. And with the amount of stuns right now in the meta, it's just very hard for you to get value out of her. Not that I think she's weak or anything. I think she's probably one of the best tanks in the game. I just think that her value is going to be a lot harder to pull off than the characters above her. And Cap, I think, suffers from the same problem. I think Cap and Angela are the same thing. The only difference is Angela has more CC and she's a flying character, but both are very hard to hit. Both can attack the back line, the front line. I think Cap is more of a main tank rather than an off tank. I think Angela's more of an off tank. But oh, sorry, I'm sick. I'm getting over cold. So if I cough and stuff, please ignore it. But I think Cap and Angela suffer the same weakness in that it's these characters get stunned, they die. You get stunned, you die. So your job is to try to not get stunned. I think the team ups in terms of last season, both of them, they've got very strong team ups. I think both are very good on both characters. For Angela, her Loki team up is very strong. It's a lot harder to pull off than I think the Starlord one, but I think the Loki one is really strong because you have the invis effect that is very strong. Like the amount of times you go invis and you just like stand still or like you like fly away and the enemies look at the clone. So you basically get a free get out of jail free is very good. And then you also get another pin on top of the base. And if you have Loki, you get 2 pins on top of the base pin. So that's 3 potential pins you can have on a cooldown. That's not that crazy at all. And then the Starlord one I think is really good also. I think it's slept on. You have a full maps, not full map scan, but you have a map scan of like basically the entire point when you pop it. And it's very, very strong for info, and it's very strong for anti-dive. I've noticed that if I'm playing Angela and there's a lot of dive characters in the enemy team, I would go to Starlord team up just because I can just help my backline and peel off any Venoms or anybody. And you also have the effect of the Starlord team up. You get a slam, which which puts you in the axe form. It's very strong, very strong. You get a lot of damage out of it. Cap has the Thor team up, very good damage. You have a really crazy animation cancel now. He does a lot of damage. And then the Bucky team up is really good for coordinated play. When you're coordinating a dive, you can just slam to your teammate and they get an extra 200 HP. It's kind of busted. So I think both characters have very strong team ups and they're very flexible in that aspect. But I think with the state of the meta currently and the amount of stuns in the game and the amount of characters above them that kind of counter them, I think that they're an A tier. Tank pool. I think tank pool is S tier. I'm gonna have one character in best in slot, and it's not tank pool. In the beginning of the season, I probably would have put tank pool, but there's a better character I think right now. Tank pool is very strong. The bubble cooldown is or the bubble ability is very strong because you can siphon off heals from the front line. You can isolate targets. You can use it defensively as well if you need to. The guns do a lot of damage. They just nerfed him. Before he had like a 4-shot in like mid range. But they nerfed the fall off, I guess, without saying anything. So that's a 6-shot, I think, with the bird hitting them as well. So I think it's 7 if you don't hit your bird. But it's auto track, so you should hit the bird most of the time. But close range is still 4-shotting with the Hela team up, enhanced. Great ult still. You're basically like unkillable when you pop your ult. He's very strong. And also, now that I mention it, the ult. With all the nerfs to everybody's ult, you're going to get your ult the fastest on tank pool. So it's really, really good. He has a very fast ult. And he has very high damage. He's poke, which is meta right now. He's a very good poke tank. He can deal with flyers very easily. You also have dashes to get. His whole kit is designed very, very, very strong. And I think he's S tier. Dino. I made a video. Dino dog shit. Dino dog shit is C tier. So he's not dog shit tier. But I think he's the worst tank in the game. He's very dependent on the comp the enemy runs. And your comp as well, so he's very specific in that aspect. You can't run him into poke; he's just going to get shredded unless your supports just like pump insane amount of healing into you, and you have like a shield tank or something. Like the character just dies instantly. His cooldowns got gutted, his damage got gutted. This character is kind of mid. I mean, you still have the grab with the shield, which is why I put him in the C tier. It's a very strong combo, but I don't see much value in him anymore compared to something like the Thing or Thor, Angela. You know, like. I think these characters kind of do what he does a bit better. Not that he's bad. Again, I think he's like mid. He's usable in certain comps, but he's only usable in certain comps. Like front to back, I think I'd rather have an Emma Thing than a dinosaur. Doctor Strange, I think. Oh, and the team up. I do think the Punisher team up is very, very good on the dinosaur. But it's just not strong enough. I feel like I'm just not doing enough damage. It's just no pressure. I'm just kind of like poking for poke's sake. Like I'm not doing anything, right? So I feel like that's a big flaw in the character. I think he needs a buff, but not too much like he was in Season 8. I think he was kind of oppressive in Season 8. Season 9 he's kind of weak, but I think we can do a little bit more. Doctor Strange. Anybody using the Gambit team up is throwing, by the way. Please switch it to the Invis team up. The character is only good because of the Invis team up. I don't think he's amazing. I think every other tank above him just kind of outranks him. But I think he also outperforms everyone below him. I'm going to have. He could be an A tier. I could see that. I'm not going to complain because it's a very poke heavy meta, and you have 1,000 HP shield. So, and 700 HP almost, I think. So the character has a lot of sustain. And the problem is you get bullied. Like you just get bullied on Strange. You have pretty high damage. Your ult is hard to get off, but I'll be honest, most tank ults are hard to get off. So I could kind of disregard that a bit. But his ult's not bad. It's just really hard to get value out of him right now with all like the cleanse and the CC, and it just doesn't favor him as much. I feel like there's better characters that do everything better than Strange. Like they have better damage, they have better survivability, they have better team play. I don't think Strange is bad. I don't think it's a throw pick, but I do think that he's very underwhelming. I think he needs a little bit of a buff. Yeah. Emma is next. I think Emma is S tier. I'll put her below Tank Pool for now. I think she's like the third or fourth best tank in the game. She's very strong. I've been using her all season. She's very, very strong right now. I think the Mantis team up is very strong because you get the crystal in like 5 seconds, bro. It's crazy. And then you get the extra health on top of that. Her best ability is on like a 5-second cooldown. And you get extra health on top of it, so you have more survivability. It's crazy. And front to back is pretty good right now. You have a shield to deal with poke. Diamond form is still really strong. I don't know if there's much to say. I think the Luna team up is okay. I don't think it's bad by any means. I think the Mantis one is always going to be better, I think. But I think the Luna with the enhanced version, it has a case if you have the Mantis without the enhanced Mantis. If you get what I'm saying. Because you have a slow in your beam and your melee is also slow. So I think it's pretty good in that aspect. But just like the base Luna, no like enhanced team up, the base Luna, I don't know why you would ever go for that when Mantis base is just infinitely better. Groot, I think Groot is also S tier. Groot is very, very strong. Sorry. Having walls, just like it's just so broken. Like you cut off healing. You create you kind of like force a brawl a lot of the times too, because you kind of like cut off like LOS. You force them to play in a specific area. You can control the pace of the fight because you could just split their healing. You can split their DPS with the walls. He's just so strong, and the bubble gives him a lot of survivability, which he really needed. I think the bubble is really strong. I actually thought the bubble was ass at first. I was like, why would I ever use the bubble? It's like 200 HP, but apparently 200 HP is a lot. Like I've seen Groot just bubble and he just flies away without getting shot. I don't know how he does it. But it's good and it works. The Mantis team up's not bad either. You get a lot of charge fast and you get some extra healing on top of whatever your supports give you. So I think Groot both ways is really strong. And his base kit really hasn't changed much. He just got a lot of survivability. And there's not really much to talk about compared to other seasons. Like Groot is just Groot. He's very strong. The Hulk, I think the Hulk is A tier. I think he suffers the same problem as Cap and Angela, but you have a bubble to kind of counteract the CC. But any amount of like movement CC or anything cancels your jump, which you could get stuck in the backline very easy. What I will say about this is I think Hulk is like B tier if you don't have a Wolverine. I think with a Wolverine, he's like maybe like S tier, A tier. He's very, very good with the Wolverine. Without the Wolverine, I think the Cap team up is good. Because you get very fast bubbles, you have very fast claps, because you lower your cooldowns, I'm pretty sure. I haven't really played much Hulk, but I've been seeing Hulks just with the Cap team up. They bubble. I break the bubble. They bubble again. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? How do they get bubbles so fast? So, he gets ult insanely fast as well. His ult's really strong. I think Hulk is very good. I think it's just some things that are weak to a lot of characters and his role. And he's just a product of that. Like, there's not much he can do. But he does have bubble. I think it's a better cooldown than like, I don't know, than most other main tanks. You have a lot of survivability on Hulk, but you also, if you get stunned once, you're kind of just dead. So again, it's just up to you to be on top of things on Hulk. But the value you can create on Hulk is immense value you can create, and especially with the Wolverine. Mag is the best in slot tank. I did not think that at first. I was like, wow, like Mag didn't get any movement ability or anything. Is he just kind of like stuck in the same spot like he was in the last like 3 seasons? And I also thought melee was a lot better. With Black Cat being strong and Daredevil being strong. But he's just proved himself. He's the best tank in the game. I've been playing him a lot. And he has a lot of autonomy. He has a lot of control over how he wants to play the game. And he's just like insane, honestly. You have really high damage. The Wanda team up is insane. I'm not a fan of the Emma team up, but I can see why people use it. It's very strong, but I think the Wanda team up is just insane. Never use enhanced Wanda. If I see a Wanda and I'm playing Mag, I'm just like instantly pissed because then I lose my knockback. Like I guess I don't lose my knockback. You still keep it, but you lose a lot of like. It's like a 3-hit versus a 1-hit. Like I'd rather have the 1 hit than the 3, and it does like the same damage. It really doesn't do anything. So It's a lot easier to combo with because I'm not charging it. I'm just boom, right? So yeah, base one team up is insane. You have very high damage. Your ult's still really strong. You can counter a lot of support ults. But don't blame Mag if you get no value when your entire team is peeling against him. I'm tired of me playing Mag and I have 5 people looking at my ult and they're like shield, bubble, stuff like that. And I'm like, why can you hit the one guy that's behind 6 people? I tried. But yeah, his stall is still good. He has high damage. He has high sustain as well with his shield, his self bubble. His self bubble is on a really short cooldown too because they buffed him a while ago. So his self sustain is really high, and his sustain for allies is really high too because you have the shield you could use for your allies. You have the bubble, and your damage and your knockback. You can knock back anybody diving or anything. So he's just so good. You have so much control with this character. Peni. So a lot of people would have her here. I think she's S tier. I think Penny's kind of broken. Of course, certain maps are better than others, but I think the maps that she's broken on, she's like S plus. I think she's better than Mag in some maps. The Deadpool map, the Contemplation Museum map, the Central Park map, she's really good. What else? There's so many maps. I'm not a fan of her on the Midtown map. I'm not the biggest fan of her on there. But I could see how she could be good on there too. Because you're kind of forced down a lane. The only problem is you have a lot more. It's more wide than Central Park or something like that, right? But Penny's up there. Penny is really strong right now. The Black Panther team up is insane because you get an extra shield, like a 250 HP shield or something like crazy. You have faster fire rate. So you do a bit more damage. I think just a little bit. It's not that much. It's like marginal. And yeah, the Rocket team up's not bad either, but I think the Black Panther one's a bit better. Because you get the shield, you could sustain your own turret a bit better. But again, I think the Rocket team up isn't bad at all. Character's just insane. She's insane. You can off angle on her too very easily, and you just kind of control space insanely well. I want to learn this character soon. I don't play her, but she's very good. She's very oppressive, especially in like lower elo and stuff too. Like if you are in low elo and you play this character, like her, she's just good. There's so many people who just don't know how to deal with her penny mines, and it's insane. And even at high elo, you're gonna force people into the penny mines because like you have to go into LOS of the penny mine to break it. And a lot of these maps, there's not much way you can get LOS. You're kind of forcing a spawn break in a lot of these maps too. The Deadpool map, you're forced to spawn break. Like I load in and I have to spawn break, bro. What? I have to deal with a Penny, a Mag, a Bucky. Like, dude, what is this BS? So yeah, she's S tier for sure. And on a certain map, she's S plus. I think she's insane. But I'd probably have her on the bottom of S tier, just because of the map specific, the specific maps, right? Next is Rogue. I think Rogue is like, she's like C, B. I'm gonna put her the bottom of B. Okay, so her Gambit team up is permanent if you have the Gambit enhanced. The Mag team up, I don't think is as strong. I think the Gambit is just gonna be better because you sustain yourself a bit better and you do more damage. The Mag team up, like you need to have like it's like specific. I can't talk. It's specific because you need to take damage with your block for you to get any value out of the Mag team up. Not that it's bad or anything, and that's like kind of what you're supposed to do. But I think the Gambit one is a bit better because you can combo more seamlessly. But she again can get punished a lot easier than a lot of other characters. She doesn't really like have a CC immunity ability. She has a lot of movement, but I mean, the thing is really broken right now. Emma can grab her, you just die. Like CC, like you get CC'd once and you get perma CC'd, you're just dead. Like because you can't get out with all the movement abilities because you can't move at all. Especially with the thing because you get slammed after a grab and you're cooked. So yeah, she doesn't really pair well into the meta. I think she could be good. Maybe a little bit of a buff. She needs some buffs, but I think she's not weak. It's just the meta doesn't really help her at all. I think she could definitely be an A tier if the meta helped her a bit, but with how it looks right now and Gambit's still getting banned like almost every game, like she's not as strong. Because you want to have the Gambit enhanced for her to be really good because you have the permanent Gambit team up rather than like it being on a cooldown. The Thing is next. The Thing is S tier. I think the Thing is S tier. A lot of S tier tanks this patch. Tanks are eating this patch, I think, really well. The thing is crazy, bro. It's like he is like Dino from last season. He is insane. He does not die. You can front the back with him, and he just doesn't die because you have the Human Torch team up. Don't use the Invis team up, please. Anybody, the Human Torch team up. You have so much range. You're hitting multiple people. That's doing percentage damage. You're getting so much ult charge. You're also feeding the enemies ult charge. You're also feeding your supports a lot of ult charge as well. So give and take. But in the front to back meta, he's so broken. And even with all the poke BS going on right now, like he can sustain it because you're just ding, 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 ding. You're the enemy front line and you're getting infinite HP. So you're also getting heal on top of that. And if you have Emma, she has a shield as well as mitigating some damage. And sometimes they'll be shooting the Emma, so you're gonna mitigate that way, right? They're gonna shoot multiple different targets. Yeah, I think the thing is insane right now, and then also you stop movement cooldowns with your slam. So any divers or any like rogue or cap like Hulk, you're just kind of stuck there if you get in a bad position. The only negative, I guess, I won't even call it a negative because you just pair with a tank that stuns. Is stun. Like if you have a stun or a CC, this character would be insanely broken, like Dino. Like he literally would be like Dino. But thank God he doesn't have the grab plus shield because that would be a bit too much. You also have a DR from the leap too, and that's a way to get out as well. So the character's really strong. Very, very, very strong. Thor. So I don't know where to put Thor. Cause he it's weird with Thor. I'm gonna put him in C tier, I think, but he's above Dino. He's like Rogue, but worse because you don't have as much movement cooldowns. You have a bit more damage. You have the resurrection, which is really good. I'm not trying to take away from Thor. I played Thor a lot, and there's a lot of games that Thor has run my games down, and my team just dies. And there's a lot of games where I've played Thor and just run games down. But in a high elo comp setting with a lot of communication, I don't know how Thor gets much value, bro. Like they're just gonna stun you. They're gonna do like so much damage to you. You have no way to mitigate damage besides you just popping your abilities. And if you want to pop your abilities defensively, you're just gonna die. Like you're not gonna kill anything. I mean, so like he doesn't like his kit is still flawed. I think he needs more defensive sustain for him to be really good. You have that with the resurrection, but you don't have like a real resurrect. Like back in season 0, you full resed. Now it's like you resurrect and you just kind of stand there. You do damage, but they're not going to kill anything. Like unless you get a 1v1, which is he's really good at 1v1s. I'll say that he's very good at 1v1s, and off angling and stuff. But dude, and you can also pull other tanks into the team. I feel like Angela does that better. I think Groot can isolate better. I think Emma can isolate better. Like he struggles a lot. I think the Thing can use the grounding effect more because the bubble grounds. I think Thing is better than him in that. I think he just doesn't have anything. His damage is his biggest thing, and I'll be honest, I think Mag does the same amount of damage, if not more, and it's bursty. So I think he's struggling a bit right now. But I think the res is a good step forward. I think he needs that for him to be even usable. I think before I would have put him here if he didn't have the res, but I don't think he's bad. The Angela leap, I've seen people pick it. I don't know like what you do with it. Like you just kind of get out, but I mean, I feel like a res is better honestly, because like if you're like 1v1ing somebody and you die like a Bucky, it's kind of hard for you to kill a Bucky in a 1v1. But if you get the res off, you'll probably be able to fully like kill him, get the final, and you're good, right? Yeah. Venom is another hard one, I think, because I want to put him S tier, but I also want to put him A tier. I think he's the best out of these main tanks, or I guess I should say like these main tanks. He's better than all these guys in A and below. But he's also, I feel like he's the worst in S. Maybe you're a bit better than Penny because you're not as map dependent, but yeah. Venom is Venom. Like I think the Phoenix team up is really good, because you can brawl a lot better, which you had some problem with, and you also Blade team up's not bad either. You get some extra sustain. I've tried both team ups. The problem is with Venom is again he gets CC'd and he doesn't die, but if you get perma CC, like if you get froze into like the what is it called, the White Fox, into like you whip out, the invis pulls you back, like there's so many, the mag shoots his rocket at you, you get stuck, like there's so many things that like you're gonna get CC'd no matter what, you're gonna get CC'd. But I think that his E, where he gets the extra HP, is what really saves him from being like not mid, but like worse off, like an A tier. It really saves him a lot because even if you get like webbed out, you're still gonna have like 1,000 HP, right? So you have to get through like 2 health bars. You're like a raid boss. And if you have that Phoenix Enhanced version, you're insane. You do so much damage. But most of the time, I feel like you're just gonna have the base version, which is not bad. You get an extra damage ability. You can cancel. I saw somebody B-hop with the whip or something like that. I forgot what it was at the beginning of the season. He has a lot of tech with the whip for movement. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk about. I think that's the tanks. Tanks are really good right now. There's some weaker ones, but I think overall, like, they're all usable. There's no trash can, like, never pick, right? I think they're all, like, in like specific scenarios, everybody is usable, no matter what. Now, DPS. Let's talk about Black Cat. I think Black Cat is S tier. I think she could be best in slot. I'm going to have someone else in best in slot, but I think she's the second best DPS in the game. She's pretty good. And by pretty good, I mean she's insane. She doesn't die, bro. Like, she has infinite iframes. They nerfed the double dash, but I feel like the double dash was not the problem. I think it was the iframes, dude. The iframes are insane, bro. You hit the character and she iframes out, and she's just like invulnerable for like 3 seconds, and she just goes invis and just runs away, or she pops a portal, she TPs out. This character's insane, bro. You have a lot of burst damage, especially with the 2 claws. Like, that Spider-Man team up is insane. You get a lot of money. You can sustain a dive pretty well. It's like, you get a lot of extra HP. Surprisingly, you would think she's squishy. She's not squishy at all. She still has a lot of good movement. She's a lot harder than what she was back in season 8.5 and 8, but she's still really strong, even without the 2 dashes. You still have the Hypno Fish. You still have you lost the wall hacks. The wall hacks are gone. You're not going to really use that ability. Maybe you can throw it out and stuff, but you're not going to get much value out of it anymore. Before, you would get like perma wall hacks. That was so stupid. BP is next. I think BP is, honestly, it's like mid or usable, I think. So, this is a high elo tier list. I'm going to put him in C tier. With BP, his problem has always been his engage and his sustain and his like uptime when he dives. He has like negative uptime, where you uptime for 3 seconds and you get out. If you don't kill anything, you get no value, and you just kind of like did nothing, right? So on a good support line and a good tank line and even a good DPS line, because you have Daredevil and other DPS like at CM before he dives, you get no value, because before you dive, you have to go like around the map. If somebody's off angling, you're cooked. If a tank sees you, you're cooked. If a DPS sees you, you're cooked. If your support sees you, you're cooked. Right? So that's rule number 1. You can't be seen on the character, right? Let's see you get that off. You need to be able to insta burst 2 supports. Keep in mind, Elsa's in the game. There's a like Daredevil can mark you pretty easily. Widow can kick you and you just get perma stunned. Like, you're dead. Like, there's so many characters, and the supports right now are brain dead. You can't dive Gambit. You can't dive like Luna. You can't really dive Luna because you have Adam team up, or you have White Fox, which I think is a bit harder to deal with. But you have the Luna team up, or Adam team up with Luna is kind of busted if you're running BP, because you can't kill anything. They have Soul Link. White Fox, it depends on them to hit you, right? Which is kind of hard because you're just everywhere, right? But his problem is sustain. Like, it's always been sustain, and he has no sustain. He has more damage, which is good. He can kill Rocket really easily and stuff. But again, like, if a good Rocket sees you, he's just gonna wall climb and Rocket boost up, and he's in the air, you're on the ground, and what are you gonna do? You can't get to him. So it's just about, like, the character is too hard. It's too hard for you to get value out of. I'm not gonna put him in trash because I think his burst damage is really good, but that's all you have. You don't have anything else. You don't have any other value. Like, Black Cat, like, play Black Cat. Honestly, just play Black Cat. You're gonna have a way better time, and it's way easier, and you're probably gonna have more kills. Widow, dude, Widow is crazy. Widow is crazy. This character went from poo-poo tier, C tier, to S tier, potentially S+. I think she's number 3 in the game right now. She is insane. Your damage is insane. You're consistently doing a bunch of damage. Like, it's very consistent high damage. You hit a headshot. You're chunking a lot of characters. You have the Phoenix team up makes you have really fast fire rate. The right click becomes a hit scan, which is really good. At first, people were saying that the Hawkeye was better. Now everyone's shifting over to the Phoenix. The Phoenix is a lot better, I think. Your ult is insane because you can like one shot headshot. You can kill supports through their ults if you have any amount of damage boost or anything. Character is broken. Character is broken. You get off angle so easily. Having dash without like no resource, like because before it was a bar, now there's no more bar. You are just getting so much value off of your dash, and you have the dash jump like cap. You have a slam for movement, and then you have the kick in the hook. That's an insane stun. The amount of times I've been hit by that, I just die is just like insane because you just headshot, kick, grab, headshot again, and that's like 400 HP, and if anybody's shooting you, you're like shooting with the Widow, you're permadead on tank or whatever, bro. So you get punished very easy on this character. Like you can punish people very easily on Widow. Blade's another hard one. I think he's like BA range. I think it's weird. Currently I think he's like in between A and B. I want to put him in A for now. I'm not sure what I want to put in A, but his oh, sorry. He's like Wolverine in a lot of aspects, where you're like playing front to back with Blade. You're not really taking off angles or anything. You're playing on main. You're hitting the tanks, right? You're using your sword to do anti-heal, and it's basically doing like extra damage on top of the damage you're doing because they're getting anti-healed, right? So you're siphoning off a lot of their healing and their sustain. So you can punish a lot of tanks very easily on Blade. Your shotgun's not bad because you have a Goldilocks zone, or you can just two-shot people. And if you're in that zone consistently, you're two-tapping squishies or one-tapping squishies or something. It's crazy. You do so much damage in that zone. But without it, even like without it, his sword form is so good. His sword form is really good right now. I'm not sure which team up is better, honestly. I think like the Moonknight and the Cap one, I don't know what specifically they do like in terms of brackets for the Cap one. Because I know you go up like 2 levels on your sword form. You go from 10 to 12, but I don't know what brackets that hits or anything. But I know the Moonknight one is like the Moonknight blade you had before. So I don't know what's better. I can't say this one's what you should pick and what you shouldn't pick. But I do know Blade is really strong right now. And he does really good into front to back, which as you can tell, we have Groot, we have Emma, we have Thing, we have Magneto, Penny. Like, you want to kill these tanks as fast as possible right now. Blade does that. And he also can kill squishies if you're really good at it. And getting in the good range where you can just two-tap somebody, right? So I think Blade is A tier. He's not trash anymore, guys. He's not trash. Cyclops. All right. A lot of people are going to hate me for this, I think. Dude, Cyclops is like C tier. He might even be poo-poo tier Loki. He might just be this bad. But I think his ult is good enough to where he's in C tier. And you need to run like enhanced Gambit for him to get like any amount of value. And even with the enhanced Gambit, you're doing less damage than every other hit scan in the game. I did a video. Watch the Dino video. I did a timer on how fast DPS kills Dino. And Cyclops killed Dino in like 6 seconds. Every other DPS, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds for like the mid ones, like 4 seconds for like Phoenix, I think, or something like that, or like Psylocke. Like, dude, he has 6 seconds to kill Dino, and he's hitting headshots. Dude, he's horrible. He does no damage. His damage got gutted last patch. Gutted. He's not what he was in 8.5. He's trash, and his team up's not that great. And you're getting a faster fire rate, and you have a faster movement speed and stuff. But it's just not enough. It's not enough. He needs a buff to damage, I think, for him to be usable. I don't know what to say, guys. He's mid. His ult's not bad. Again, you do a lot of damage with it, but it's a situational ult too. It's you shut down a lane. If they walk away from it, you don't do anything. With a Groot ult, it's insane though. You hit a Groot ult, you hit a Strange ult, you just boom boom, everyone's dead, right? But next, Daredevil, the Daredevil. Daredevil is weird too, because like I want to put him in S tier and I want to put him in A tier. He has the Widow team up, which means Widow plus Daredevil and hybrid comps is insane. He's a really insane team up. With Widow. Even without it, it's still really good. I just wanted to mention, because Widow's so strong, you can run them both together. I don't know if I should put him in S tier. I think I might. I think Daredevil is weaker into everything else here, right? Because you have Mag is really good right now. Mag can kind of deal with Daredevil a bit easier. Emma can deal with Daredevil really easily. Sting can deal with Daredevil very easily. Elsa can deal with Daredevil very easily. The problem is Angela can deal with Daredevil very easily as well. The problem is Penny as well. I forgot about Penny. Holy shit. But Black Cat is the problem. Black Cat, you shit on Black Cat on Daredevil. If you're not marking Black Cat on Daredevil, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Because you mark the Black Cat. You know where she is at all times. She can't engage in the backline without you doing anything. And you can still dive as well. Like, it's not like you're forced not to dive. Because you can still coordinate a dive. I think he's more based on coordination than before, I think. I'll say that. Before, you could just play Daredevil and just rape a backline. Now, I feel like it's a lot harder because of the amount of tanks that are front to back. Because they could just turn around and deal with you a lot easier than they would last patch. Because it was like a Cap, Venom, who else was meta? But Cap and Venom were like the best tanks in the game, right? I'm gonna put him in S tier. He's meta, but he's in the range of A tier. I think he's like he's on his way down. And the only reason I have an S tier is I think because I have Black Cat in S tier, and they pair well together. And he also pairs well with the not pair well together, but he pairs well into Black Cat, and these two characters pair well together. DPS Pool, he's a bit harder. I think he's a usable. He might be A tier. I would put him in usable. You guys ult really fast. He has a really high burst damage with the Hela. But again, you have to ramp up to the character. Because with the Hela team up, you have to upgrade it, right? So it's 2 more upgrades you have to build towards with Hela. And that's also if you have it enhanced. If you have it with unenhanced, you have to choose either the gun or the sword, I think. Yeah, you only have one. So I think sword is better. Obviously, sword is better. But you can't play as versatile as you would without it. And either way, you're building swords, and before you build the Hela team up swords, you're not doing enough damage, I feel like. And with all the poke and stuff and the anti-dive and stuns, like, he can kind of get in trouble a lot. The only thing is he's very mobile, so when you're doing the combo, he can do a lot. But supports are really strong right now. I think they can sustain a dive on the DPS pool. And like into Gambit and stuff, it's really hard for him to dive because of Mag Bubble. And I think a lot of times also kind of like hurt him. So I think I'm gonna put him in B. He's not a bad diver. And he has the option to poke as well. Again, I'm not trying to say he's bad. He's usable, but I think there's a lot of characters better than him right now, especially with dive. I think these two are probably the best dive characters in the game. And there's also I've been talking about her the whole time. She's the best DPS in the game by far. You have so much anti-dive. You have 2 good team-ups. Deadpool gives you faster cooldowns, and the Dino one gives you 2. I think it's 2 throw. I think you have 2 traps if you have the enhanced. Without it, you have higher damage, I think, is what it is, and the trap is bigger AOE. Either way, I think both are really strong, and Deadpool is really good right now. I think he's usable, and I think the StratPool is also really good. So she's getting her team up on Deadpool almost every game. Or at least she should, if she wants it, right? The Dino team up is good as well for dealing with dive. Very easy to just anti-dive with her. You have so much CC on her. You have a lot of damage on her. Mid to close range, she's doing insane amount of damage. She makes your backline undiveable. You have a trap, so you can just throw on your backline or on an off angle, and you know where they are. And if they dive, you get punished really easily. Yeah, I don't know much. Is there much else to say? She has a really strong ult. Like, she's busted. She's so strong. Hawkeye. A lot of people are saying she was busted on release. I think he's C tier. He's like the same thing. He's actually no, he's not the same thing. He's like the opposite of Cyclops, in that he has high damage, but he has no sustain. He has no. His ult's okay, but I mean, like, dude, you just jump on a Hawkeye and you just shit on him. Like, what does he do? Genuinely, like, if you're playing Hawkeye and there's like 2 people or a Daredevil or something and they just dive you, you're forced to hit a headshot on your bow. And if you don't hit that headshot, you're dead. That's literally what it is. You can knock them back and maybe, but any good player is just going to punish the fuck out of you. Like, you can't off angle that easy on this character. There's every other DPS right now is better. I think that's melee or not melee. Projectile and hit scan. Hela, I think Hela's really strong. I think I'm not gonna put her in S tier, but her team ups are really good. I think there's some flaw. I think Black Widow is better than her. Not that I'm saying like Hela's bad or anything. I think Hela's really, really strong right now. You hit a headshot, that's like half of a tank's health bar. I got literally I'm on Mag. I'm playing Mag. And I use my bubble, I use my wall to sustain the Hela. I'm hitting her. She's getting pumped with heals with fucking Invis. Oh, that's another thing. Invis. Oh my god. With this character and Black Widow, like you just do so much damage. And your problem is more similar to Hawkeye. But with the bird is a lot better. The bird is really good because you can move around and go around, and you're a really good anchor for dead pools. Especially tank pool. Tank pool really likes a Hela. You have a decent ult. I mean, you can break it very easily, but you can put it in scenarios and you get a lot of value out of it. Yeah, she's really strong. You have a tank buster ability, you have a stun. She has everything you need to be good. ID the CC and the damage and the survivability. That's the big three. The big three. Torch, I think I don't know where to put Torch, man. Like realistically, I don't know. There's certain maps where he's usable. There's certain maps where he's dog shit. It's like that. I'm gonna put him in mid, like top of mid maybe. I think he's better than these three, but his character is so mid, bro. He needs a lot of help. He needs a lot of help. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. His ult's like okay. His like everything about him is okay. It's just that he's situational because he's a fire, and it's a his scan meta. It makes him 10 times harder to use. I think he needs some. He needs like some buffs again. I don't know what to say. Like he needs a blade treatment. They're just like micro buffing him like a shit ton. But I'll tell you though, once the hit scan meta is over, he's gonna be broken. I promise you that. When this hit scan meta is over, he's gonna be like A tier at least. Iron Fist. So I think he's a little bit worse than Blade. I think he's the same thing though. But he's like on a different factor. He's gonna be sustaining your front line a lot better with the White Fox team up. If you have the thing, you have a really good burst combo. It's a squishies. So I think like he's good. Like I don't think he's bad. I think he's usable. I just think that other front to back characters and other percentage based characters and other dive characters are better in every way. But you have a lot of stuff that you're working with. The only problem is you're gonna get punished a lot by Emmas and stuff and things. But you could also just destroy their HP if you're running front to back and you're running Iron Fist and they're not, and they're running like some other like non like some poke character or something. Like they're like a Black Widow. You can get a lot more value by killing the tanks. But then you might get less value from off angling because there's a Widow, right? So and diving. So yeah, I think he has some good team ups. I think he got some good buffs. And I think he's good right now. I don't think he's bad. I just think that Blade and Wolverine give more value. Iron Man. You're like next to Torch. You're the same thing. Like this meta does not help you, bro. You're getting cooked. Bubble is good. You get more survivability, and you get the bubble on the ultimate if you have the enhanced version. You have some extra good damage. The Thor team have got nerfed, so I think the Hulk one is probably the Gamma is probably just better now, right? But yeah. You have more survivability with the Hulk, but again, you just get poked out, you just die, right? You do good damage, but you just get poked out. I think Magik is also there, man. A lot of C tier characters here. Magik just gets punished. Like, what do you do? The Hood team up is not bad. It's not bad. The problem is though, is your whole kit is dependent on that team up. I think right now, where you're just going around and you're just like this circle is unplayable because you're just taking infinite damage. But the thing is, though, is unless somebody's shooting that with you, like shooting the person in the bubble with you, or the circle, you're just not getting enough value. I don't think there's enough value she's providing. And if she wants to die without it, or you want to dive without it, like you're kind of forced to brawl. And even when you brawl, you die. So like you brawl, you die. You dive, you die. She can't poke. She can get out poked. She could isolate targets really well. If you're in a 1v1, it's kind of like Daredevil, where you can just like win a 1v1 with her because you have a lot of like cooldowns you can just spam, right? And you have like very high damage. You cut off zones with your Devil. Your ult can still kill people in their ults, right? Support ults. But I think there's better divers. I think there's better brawlers. I think she's struggling a lot right now. I really want her to be good, I think, but she's not giving it right now. She's not doing enough. My first poo-poo tier, Reed. This character is freaking dog shit, bro. This character is poo-poo. This character does not do anything. This character does nothing. You can grab somebody and stun them and who's diving, or like a tank or something. But like, what do you do with that? Like, you could play Elsa and you can kill them, or you can play Fantastic. You can pull them up and they just dash out, right? You can slow them on Reed, but it doesn't do anything. The giant form, you just get a giant hitbox. It's a giant hit me, giant kill me. I don't think you do enough damage. Your ult is kind of mid. Oh, sorry. Your ult is kind of mid. You don't really kill anything off of it a lot of the times. Like, you can, if it's in a closed space, it's good, but again, it's situational ult. Like, if you're out in the open, what does this character's ult do? You just jump up, down, up, down, up, down. It doesn't come down. Like, you're just gonna heal the damage you did with the hits. So yeah, he's bulky, he's tanky, but every other tank is better. I would rather have a triple tank lineup than I would have Reed. Any tank, triple tank is better than Reed, I think. He's horrible. I think he's horrible. And I think both team ups don't help him at all. Both team ups are mid. I think the rocket one's okay because you can use your big form. Like, if you want to keep your small mode, you can use your big mode on a cooldown. So you can use it when you want it, right? But it's just like, dude, it doesn't do enough. I don't feel like it doesn't do enough. Moonknight is like on the cusp of C and B. I don't know if I should put him in B or C. He doesn't do as much because he got nerfed season 8.5 or 8. I forgot which one. I think it was 8. Where his damage got like gutted. Which is necessary. It was really insane. The Cloak and Dagger team up is really good. Don't use the Talons team up. I forgot. I don't know who it is. Is it Elsa? Is it Phoenix or something? I have no idea. But there's a team up where you go to Ankh and it gives a Talon. Yeah, don't use the Talons. The Talons are not good. I think the Cloak and Dagger team up is a lot better because before, if you wanted to dash, you had to I just jump in the air and become like a free target for everybody, right? You just die if you jump up, right? Well, at least in higher elo when you get punished for it, right? But now you can do a directional dash, which is really good, I think, for him. So I think he's usable. I just don't think that he's as oppressive as he was before. I think that he's a bit more situational in how to use him. He's not just like, I'm going to use Moonknight and get infinite value. It's a lot harder because you're going to be pumping damage, and if you don't get any kills, you're giving the supports infinite ult charge, and that's not valuable, right? So it's only good if you have a team that kind of like plays around like brawl. Like, if you want to like brawl, then I think Moonknight is good. Otherwise, like if you're poking and stuff, he's not usable, I don't think. Next is Namor. I think Namor is like also in that range. I think he's probably like here. Namor, he's good damage because you have the squids. He can punish a lot of characters who are diving. The thing is though, is I think a lot of the top tier characters kind of just ignore him, you know? Like, I think Namor isn't that good. I think the Gamma Squid is a good buff. Before, I probably would have put him in C tier. I think now he's kind of solidified himself a bit with the Gamma team up. You have 3 squids. You have decent, you get headshot, but I think every other DPS does more damage. Yeah, but his survivability is okay because you have the bubble. But in terms of like punishment, you can't really punish. Your punish is damage, and if they break the turrets, you're down. Your uptime for your punishment is pretty low, and it's not like you get a stun or anything. Like, I think, well, unless you have the Luna team up, which I think the Luna team up is kind of slept on right now. I think a lot more people should try the Luna team up. It's a knockback and just extra damage, but I think the Gambit team up's probably gonna be better in most scenarios. I'm just looking at it right now. I'm not sure. I think he's fine where he is. It's just that his value is very situational. I think every DPS is probably just gonna be better. If you want an anti-dive character, play Elsa. play Black Widow, and you can do infinite more damage. You can off angle a lot easier. You know, But the flanking Namor stuff is still cool because you could just throw two turrets down and you're doing constant damage. You're throwing stuff at their back line. You can get a lot of kills like that still. But I think other DPS can do it better. I don't know what to say. I think it's just like he's in a spot where there's a lot. The DPS role is oversaturated, I think, right now, and he's not unique enough to develop a higher placing. Phoenix is next. So Phoenix, I think he's in the same spot. I think Phoenix, like is like next to Namor. I think she's good right now because of the anti-heal she gets from the Hela team up. Without that, I think she's mid. Because body shot, it takes like 6 body shots to kill somebody. Does your body shots do no damage? Your headshots are good damage, but I think she's just like not enough damage. Your sustain got nerfed because you get less healing. And your right click got buffed though, so there is that to think about. But her damage is just lackluster. I think she's a lot worse. I think if her damage got a little bit better, I think she becomes a lot stronger because her right click, her AOE stun, is very strong right now. It's very, very, very strong cooldown. And you have a lot of movement with the character. You have iframe dash. You have the flight. You still have the base passive where you're hitting your marks, right? The marks are very strong. You're getting extra healing on that. It's just that I think other DPS do what she does better, like Namor. She's in the same spot as Namor and Cyclops, but she's better than Cyclops. Cyclops is like horrible damage. She's usable damage. You get what I'm saying? And she also has the anti-heal effect, which amplifies her damage. Psylocke is next. I want to have Psylocke in A tier. Back when she first dropped, she was S+. She did infinite damage. She had so much like uptime. Her cooldowns just like came back like this. The Emma team up was insane. Now I think it's about even in terms of the Emma and Cloak&Dagger. I think the Emma's probably still better. I mean, you're probably going to see more Emma players, I think. That's what I've been seeing a lot. But I think the Cloak&Dagger is still, like, because you have an invis that you can like keep going invis when you're in the AoE. And you get to save your other invisibility to go to disengage or something. I think it's a lot better. And you do really well into dive. She's a very good, not anti-dive because you also kind of dive, but if a Venom dove you can't get any value from diving a Psylocke because you could just dash out. And it's the same thing with Cap. It's the same thing with Angela. It's really hard for you to deal with that character on these characters. Not that Angela's a dive character, but it's really hard for you to like kind of mark Psylocke on Angela, I feel like. And she has that with her. It's the same thing with Starlord as well. Starlord and her have very similar kits in terms of like how you play them. And honestly, I'll just put them together because I think they're very similar. They have very similar ults. They have very similar uptimes. They have very similar engagements. The only difference is how they disengage and stuff. But they just kind of just run back. The only difference is invis versus a flight ability, or a spin. We get iframes. Yeah, I think both are really good. I just don't think that they're as strong as the other characters. And I could see Hela above them as well. But I think all 3 of them are like around the same in terms of power levels. So you could have them switched in any way order you want. I won't be mad at all. I won't be like, oh, like Hela's better than Psylocke, which is better than Starlord. Like I don't really care. I think they're all really strong, and I think you're gonna see them a lot. I just don't think they're meta, you know. Not that they're bad, they're not usable, or they're still very, very, very strong, and you're gonna see them in the meta. I just think that the other DPS are a bit better. Punisher is also in there. The problem with Punisher is you're anchored yourself. You have no movement really. Like you have a zip line in the knockback thing, but in terms of like your presence on the map, it's very, very, very linear. In that you can't. There's no like way to like kind of like move around the map as fast as you would on any other character. So you're not really like off angling or anything. You're just kind of shooting down main. We can mark off angles. You might sit on an off angle, but you're not moving from the off angle unless like you're backing out or walking forward, right? I think there's some things that he might want to improve on. Not that he's weak at all, because when he does bunker down, he's just doing immense amounts of damage. So yeah, he's very good right now, especially in this front to back meta. He's very good. Wanda, I think, is the worst DPS in the game. This character does freaking nothing. This character literally does nothing. Like mid damage, she can't anti-dive. Her best ability is the bubble stun. And it's really only good if you're throwing on a tank and you hope that they don't get healed. Like, that's literally all it is. And you hope that they sit in it and they don't walk out of it. Or they don't have a CC immunity, which Thing, Emma, Mag, Groot, you know, like all these like really like Hulk, they all have abilities that let them get out of there, right? So a lot of the top characters can get out of stuns. That's why they're top characters. They get out of the stuns. She doesn't really like have any like anything like her ult is dog. Her team ups are dog. She's dog. She's actually like horrible. Spidey. I think Spidey is B tier. I think Spidey is like right here. I think he's better than Iron Fist. I think Spidey's really good. I think he has very strong burst damage. He's so fast. Like you just travel across the map instantly. So if you die, you're not really like down a character. You're down for maybe like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and he's back, right? So that's very, very strong. Not many characters can do that, right? Where they can just reset back like after like it's like him and Venom can roll out very easily. So his ability to roll out is insane. And very, very, very good. But you want to try to get picks, and it's really hard right now, I think, with the amount of just like anti-dive and stuns and the supports are over like super broken right now, and tanks are super broken right now, and the DPS all have like get off me tools, and like you really diving, right? Like you're just gonna get like punished a lot. Unless you're diving with, if you have a coordinated dive, I think he's a lot better. But by himself, like he doesn't do anything. So I think there's a lot better characters. And in terms of like sustainable dive, I think that Daredevil and Black Cat just do it better. Not that he doesn't do it good. I think he's probably next to like DPS pool, honestly, actually, now I think about it. They like his fast rollout kind of saves him, I think, from being like a BP. And you can engage really fast. You get the CC. So a lot of times I'm playing tank and I get CC'd alpha main into like the enemy backline from a Spider-Man. And then he just webs out and he goes to my backline. And now it's like, you know, I'm displaced and he can dive my supports without me being able to, you know, do anything about it. So I think Spider-Man's really good. And his teams are both really good. I'm pretty sure both are really good for Spider-Man. So Squirrel Girl, surprisingly, I'm not going to have her in poop tier. I'm going to have her in C tier, but the bottom of C tier. So hear me out. Like I said, there's a lot of maps where Penny's broken, and you kind of force spawn breaks, like the Deadpool map and stuff. The Museum of Contemplation is the map. There's a lot of maps like that, and being able and there's even like if it's on a map like that, there's scenarios where you're gonna be stuck in spawn. Squirrel Girl can kind of get you out of there, where you're just doing bum 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 like a bunch of damage. Especially with Storm, you could do a truckload of damage, and you can just get out of any bad spot. So not any bad spot, but if you're in spawn, if you're stuck in spawn, because then after you get out of the spawn brick, you probably get off the character because she does nothing after that, right? So yeah, I'll put her in the bottom of C tier for that reason only, because there's a situation, a scenario where I can see her being used. But other than that, she's better than Wanda, she's better than Fantastic, but she's worse than everybody else on the list. So just note that. Next is Storm. I think Storm is A tier. I think Storm is very strong right now. I think she's better than Punisher. She's in the Hela, Psylocke, Starlord range because she's so good at what she does. She's spawn breaks. She breaks you out of spawn traps, and she gives your team a speed boost. She gives your team an attack boost, a damage boost. Her ult's kind of mid, but you can combo it pretty well. You can maybe get like a kill off of it or something, right? Hopefully you don't die. But yeah, she's not bad. She's good. And Thor team up is really saved her, by the way. The Thor team up is what saved her, because now you can hit headshots, and you are hit scan instead of a projectile character. So I think in this meta with hit scan, I think she's the only flyer that's not like Angela or something, but the only flying DPS that could actually get a lot of value right now. Because she gives your team a lot of value with your speed and damage boosts, and you could also do a lot of damage on top of that yourself with the Thor team up. Bucky is, I think, S tier. And I can just finish on DPS. I think they're both S. No, I'll do it after. But spoiler, Wolf is S tier. Bucky does a truckload of damage. Like he's insane. He has CCs on every ability almost, and if it's not a CC, it's like a debuff. He's insane, bro. He's insane. His ult's really good. His damage is insane. You get headshots. Your team ups are really good. Your Elsa team up is really good, I should say. Don't use the Punisher one. Use the Elsa one, because your cooldowns become literally infinite. You get infinite bullets because you don't have to reload when using an ability, and you're just cycling through your abilities. Because your cooldowns are so low. Yeah, he's insane, man. He's actually insane. Bucky's like, I think, one of the best DPS in the game right now. He's not like, he's just like insane, bro. I don't know what to say. Because especially into Penny and stuff, you can actually hit the hook into her and you can like force her out of positions. Same thing with any other tank that's not like CC immune. And if they are CC immune, you're just gonna be doing a truckload of damage to them. He's really good in front to back. And even just like off angling and stuff. He could do that because he could duel really well. Wolverine is S tier. Same reason as Bucky. He's just more front to back heavy. But you have a CC, you have damage reduction, you have 2 lives, you have a really strong ult. Your team up's really good with Gambit. I think Cyclops not horrible either, but yeah, like he's just strong. He's a really strong character. I think he's one of the better DPS right now. Is there much else to say about Wolverine? He really hasn't changed at all in the last like 9 seasons. He's just, you have the Hulk team up still, so you can get thrown. He pairs well with him. He pairs well with Emma. He pairs well with Thing. He pairs well with like almost every comp. It's insane. As long as you have a Hulk, you could pull him and you could play him in hybrid too. So yeah, he's really good. And I guess we could go to the supports. Let's start off with Adam. Adam is on the cusp of A tier, actually, I think. I think Adam's really strong right now. Because you have the Storm team up is really good, and you could also potentially run him in 2-2-2. But I think the triple support Adam is probably better. You have Soulbound with the Storm team up. You give your allies a speed boost, which is really good. Do you have a damage boost? I think you might give a damage boost as well, like a Storm boost, Omni boost. I'll have to check on that. But just getting, I know for a fact you get a speed boost. The speed boost is insane. You get really fast. Everyone just kind of like the bum rush, right? And you can pair it with the Storm as well. I think that's a really good comp. And Adam is really, really strong right now in terms of damage. His healing, your anti-dive healing, like you get dove, you're just gonna pop up bing, bing, Soulbond. You're just not dying. You're never dying on the character. If you die to a dive, you're just mid. Unless it's like 3 characters diving at once, then it's like okay, yeah. But Adam is really strong. And especially in triple support, he's very strong. Next, Cloak&Dagger. I think she's either S tier or A tier. For me, she's like in the bottom of S, top of A. I think I'll put her in A for now. When she gets the Hood team up enhanced, she's gonna be crazy. She has damage reduction on the if the bullets go through the veil. It reduces damage. It reduces healing going through it. It is obviously the debuff for the cloak form and the heal buff for the dagger form. And then when you have the team up, it's a damage boost when you hit an ally. Like what? So you're debuffing, buffing both ends of the field with one ability. You have 2 charges of it. I don't know. I think Cloak&Dagger when the Hood comes out, she's gonna be really broken. Really broken. I think she's strong right now. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is right now it's just kind of situational, I feel, because like the Hood team up isn't as strong. I think it's better than the Luna one, but the Luna one gives you extra survivability, which basically you're undivable. You're undivable. But the actual cooldown itself, like the popsicle, the snowball, like it doesn't do anything. Like your healing is marginal. It's just like a self-sustain thing, right? It's not really helping your allies at all. But I will say this, you are literally undivable with that team up. Even before though, you were kind of undivable, but now it's even more so. I think when the Hook comes out, she's gonna be S tier, maybe even S+, but for now I'm gonna put her in A tier. She's one of the best ults in the game. Her healing is very good in Brawl because it's a AoE as well. The only thing I think negative is just the burst healing. She doesn't have that much burst healing, but the bubble is insane. Like that's honestly a burst heal right there. But you get so much healing with the bubble. The veil gives you enhanced healing, so like you're not like struggling with heals or anything. She's really good in 2-2-2. It's just that versus like Luna or someone like that. Like Luna, I think has a bit more healing. Burst wise, she has a bit more damage. She has a bit more autonomy as a character with a snowflake, and you have a lot of stuff like you have Snowball and the team up for and Clap as well for defensive on Luna. Cloak&Dagger doesn't really have that. It's more like you throw a bubble on yourself, so you're wasting a cooldown for allies on yourself, and then you use Fade, which again could be used on allies. So it's like if you go for the Luna team up, it's like the same thing, but like why not just go for the Hood team up and you get so much value out of that, right? Again, I think she's A tier. She's not bad at all. I think she's really strong. Yeah. Next is StratPool. So StratPool is kind of weird. I'm gonna put him next to Adam. They're both like really good. I think Adam is more like a triple support variant. And he's really good in 222. People are like, oh, he's a triple support. No, he works a lot with 222 because his output is really high and he has the fastest support ult in the game. So on domination, on maps like that where you want to win that first fight, he's really broken because you're gonna get your support ult before the enemies. Always, you should be getting the enhanced version of the sword ult. You can just walk him down with the Deadpool. So I think he's really good. But I feel like it's more situational than like Cloak and Dagger and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have him being usable, kind of for the same reason as Adam in terms of like they're very specific in like where to run them. Like Adam, you need triple support, and StratPool, you need domination. I don't think he's that good on a cart and payload. I feel like he's actually kind of weak in payload, honestly. I think he's really like broken in domination though. I will say that his domination, he's really good. Yeah, fastest all in the game, fastest healing output in the game. Only negative is you have to scale up, but over time you're gonna be like insane. Yeah, I think a lot of people shit on him for no reason. I think he's actually really strong. I think he's probably one of the better healers in the game right now. He's not one of the worst, I'll say that. Gambit, contrary to what everyone thinks, I'm actually gonna put him in S tier. I think there's another character who's better than him right now, honestly. He's probably the closest to S plus. I will say that right now, though. I think he's like probably like right here if I want to like order it out of ranks or out of roles. I mean, like if I want to have it like ordered in terms of like DPS and not just like roles. Yeah, he would be like right here. But I think Gambit is like insane. Like his ult is still broken. He has a new cooldown with the mag bubble, and he's literally undabbable. And you throw it down, and it's like a cloak bubble where you're healing. And then also it's a CC because they can't enter it. There's times where I play Angela. I've seen BPs and like other divers. They go in it, and they just get stuck and they get booped out. So any cooldowns, any movement cooldowns you use are wasted on that. Insane. That's what I mean. Like BP sucks because what are you gonna do if the Gambit just goes down his little bubble? You can't dive him anymore. You have to wait like 10 seconds, and by that time you're probably already dead because you already engaged. Your disengage is pretty hard. Yeah. So Gambit is broken. Not much to say. Crazy burst healing. He's probably the best 2/2 support in the game. Like, I think there's like really like only like 3 characters above him, right now, and that's just like including all roles. Like in terms of support, he's probably the second best support. He's insane. He's actually insane, and I don't know like what to do with this character because like fundamentally like his entire kit is just like perfect. I don't know how you like nerf him and stuff unless like you just gut him. And I don't think the dev team want to do that. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So next I have Invis. I think Invis is also S tier. I think Invis is insane. I was talking about it earlier. Invis, bro. Oh my freaking gosh, bro. This character is like actual freaking like brain rot, dude. Like you put a sheet, you play off an off angle on your DPS. You're playing with your DPS. Is honestly what it is. Like you play with your Widow, you play with your Hela, you play with your Elsa, you play with your Bucky, and you just give them a shield. You just give them a shield, and you just pocket them, and they run the game. They run the lobby. You can't dive them. You can't do anything. It's insane. Like this character is so broken. But the thing about Invis is that she's not broken in a vacuum. She's broken as like a like a communicative like team based scenario. Her base kit is not impressive. I probably put her in A tier with Cloak and Dagger, but I feel like, dude, that Torch team up is so insane. And I've seen people go the Invis team up, and they're just so dumb. By the way, it's so stupid. But they're just trying to like clip farm or something. I seen like the Invisible Punisher just shotgun somebody, right? But always go the Torch team up. It's so insane. You just play on your support who's off angling, and their off angle is like literally just like ultra protected. They can't be dove. I've tried diving them. Yeah, you just die because they're getting a damage boost. They're getting healing. They're getting CC because all these top characters all have CC, so you can't really dive them anyway. So it's just like if you're going invis and you have an off angler, like you just like that lane is uncontested unless you have your own invis with the off angler or like I don't know, someone has ult or some shit. I don't know, bro. It's insane. Or you're playing like one of these top characters like Black Cat, and she can just like, I don't know, somehow like iframe through through the stuns and kill the invis, and then you kill the DPS or something. I don't know. But it's insane. Maybe coordinated dive is the way to counter that. Honestly, you have like 3 people diving 2 people, right? But there's a lot of resources you have to commit to that for it to actually work. Yeah. So obviously, invis I think is S tier again based off of and her ult is good. Her CCs are good. Her healing output is decent. Like not much to say. Her ult's actually really good considering like it's a lot of hit scans right now. So your ult kind of like counters most of them. Also kind of counters yours, but I mean, like you look at Bucky's getting countered. I don't know about Black Cat and Daredevil though, but Widow's getting countered, and they're like, you're just you can't even look at them because they're just invisible. And if you do go in, you're slowed and you die. Like it's just it's actually a really good ult. Yeah. So Jeff, I think Jeff is the worst support in the game, but I don't think he's like poo tier. He's definitely the worst support in the game right now though. And I think honestly it's because of the team up rework that he's that weak. Before you could run Deadpool and Venom, and you run Jeff, and you are literally your entire team is unkillable. If they're grouped up, you have the Venom tendrils. You can join a dive. Like if the Venom's diving, you can literally flank around and heal him, or you can just piss through like 10 people and still heal the Venom who's diving because you have like pierce healing. It's insane. It's really insane. Bubble's a really good ability because you get the speed boost on top of the healing boost, on top of the base like healing over time. Like that's actually kind of crazy. With the tendrils is really good. I think right now tendrils are the best. Unless you want to like sustain someone like off angling or something, then you can go the Deadpool team up because you just throw the little healing thing on them. And if you need to, if you're getting dove, you don't on yourself and you just bubble. So like in terms of dive ability, like again, like I think he's just like a little bit worse than he was last season. And I don't think he's like that far off from other supports. I think it's just he needs a little bit of something. Like I can even see, I'll be honest, I could put him in usable, and every support is B tier and above. But I do think that right now it's a lot harder for you to get value out of Jeff, especially when you have like a mediocre like support ult. Like you can flip the map. Like you could pop your ult and like kind of like force out like 3 people, right? And you could play like that, but there's no defensive. There's not a real defensive utility on the ult. It's very situational, I think. So I would put him in mid. Jubilee. Oh yeah, Jubilee. You're either C tier or B tier, honestly. She's very like she's not bad. I'm gonna put her in B tier. I think she's a triple support strategist right now. Like, she does good damage. But like, why don't you just run Luna? Honestly, like you do like almost the same damage. I feel like, and then you have way more healing output, and you can run her in 2-2-2. What I will say is, I think when the hood comes out, she's going to be really good in 2-2-2 because you have an infinite of the mode where you're just shooting stuff like constantly. That's permanent. I guess until you like die or turn it off or something. I have no idea how it actually works, but on the team up thing, it says enhanced. Her like mode where you like turn into like a beam instead of like a projectile. It becomes permanent. So I don't know how it's going to work, but I think she's going to be really good when that happens. Right now, though, I think she's kind of lackluster. Her damage is good. Her healing output is decent. Like I said, like I feel like you kind of want to run her in triple, so like you can like DPS while like healing when you need to. And you can sustain a lot of like people with that. Your ult is kind of mediocre. Like you can't really run her. I feel like she's like the Jeff and like Adam syndrome, where like your support ult is like situational. Not that her support ult's bad. I think it's actually decent. It's just like, you know, you look at Cloak&Dagger, you look at Luna, you look at Invis, you look at like I think they want to do like a Gambit with her, but Gambit is just infinitely better. Because you have so much like autonomy on the characters. Like her, you are like doing CCs and like it's not like that strong because you need to be like in the front line. And I've seen Jubilee die so easy in her ult because the healing output in her ult isn't that impressive. Yeah, I'm a bit like unimpressed by Jubilee. I feel like she's kind of like White Fox, where like I don't like White Fox. Spoiler, I'm not a fan of White Fox. But at least I think White Fox is better than her because White Fox can like anti-dive and she has better team ups than Jubilee. Like Jubilee's with like what? She anchors for Torch, who's on the bottom, and who else? Gambit, you go mag team up. That's another thing too, by the way, for Gambit. Why the fuck am I seeing people using the Jubilee team up? You get little sparkles on your I don't know, your slam or something stupid. I don't even know what the hell that was, or your melee. That's what it is. Like your melee becomes sparkles or something, bro. Like, dude, go to the mag bubble and you become like you get another healing cooldown, and you also are undabbable. Like, why would we run the Jubilee team up? Okay. Again, like her anchors are not good. I don't think your ult is good enough for her to be like higher than like the bottom of B. Situational. Again, I think she's good in triple, but I wouldn't run her 2-2 until the hood comes out. Loki, another S tier support. I think he's better than Invis. Because you're not like forced, like in a vacuum, I think he's better than Invis, I should say. Even team wide, because you're getting a rune is like basically an ultimate. You have it on like a 30-second cooldown or less. I forgot what the actual timing on it is. It's like 30 or like 25 or something crazy like that. But dude, he's insane, man. He's insane. The Mantis buff is now base, so you're getting a damage boost and a bigger AoE on your rune. So your rune is insane. Your healing output is insane. You can copy any strat ult, so you can copy Gambit. You can run Gambit. Gambit Loki is the best 2-2-2. So if you get like a perfect ban line, Gambit Loki, you win. 2-2-2, you're winning. Like that line is so crazy. Double Gambit ult, you have really high base healing. You can copy any of the support ult also. Like it's not like you're stuck on Gambit or anything. I don't know what else to say, bro. The character is like actually complete. You do a lot of damage. You do a lot of healing. Stat ball. Pretty easy for you to farm your ult with the character, I think. So you're just doing so much damage and healing like across the board. Runes and ultimate. Yeah. Oh, you're very survivable. I forgot. You're very survivable because you're just teleporting and you go invis, and like the character really like has a lot of like autonomy. Like you don't have to like ask for healing and stuff. Like you can just kind of like go invis and just like walk away or TP, and now the diver has to go across the map to chase you if he wants to, right? So another character who's like basically undabbable. I think he loses a bit more to poke. I think he struggles a bit more to poke, but he pairs so well at front to back and other poke comp. Like if you're running poke yourself, you can run him. He just does so much. He's so good. So good. Next is Luna Snow. Same thing. Like Luna is just so strong right now. They got rid of her damage boost on her Snowflake. Thank the Lord. I don't know why that was even a thing. She has 2 really good team ups. Adam is really good. People sleep on that. The White Fox team up is also really good because you have a cleanse, which is insane. The Adam team up, you have a fucking Soul Link though. That's insane. Also, there's times where I'm on tank, and I see a Luna by herself on the left side. I'm like, oh, I just 1v1 her and I win. Right? I'm playing Angela. I'm playing I played tank pool actually too, and I died. I'm like, how the hell did I lose that? Dude, she has self Snowflake. She has the Adam team up, so she just healing off of it if she does damage to me. She takes less damage, and then also she heals passively and she heals allies, and she's gonna heal herself ×2 because it stacks with a Snowflake. You have clap, so that's another healing overtime effect on top of that. Like, hello, are we for real right now? Like this character is so broken. You have Snowball, and if you go to the White Fox team up, you have like you have 2 stuns and a cleanse. What the frick? And you're doing insane damage. The character is crazy. If you're hitting headshots, insane damage. Insane. It's like Jubilee, insane damage for support. Before, she used to have the same damage as Hela. Now it's a little bit less, but it's still, first, you gotta think about it. Like for a strategist, she has crazy damage. She has crazy healing output because you put Snowflake on a low HP tank, a low HP DPS, like an off-angling DPS. So you put it on a dive character, a dive tank, dive DPS, because their uptime is higher now. They can dive for longer because they have Luna Snowflake. Or you can just keep like cycling it when you need to, because let's say Groot is 1 HP, you could put Snowflake on them. He gets 30% extra healing, or 40% now. I think they buffed it on this patch. Dude, are we for real? Like you're getting a healing boost on top of like the sheer amount of healing. She has the best ult in the game, by the way. She has like that's like her Cloak&Dagger and Invis are like the 3 best ults in the games, or besides Gambit, obviously. I won't take that away from him. But like they have the best like defensive ults in the game. Like, what do you do? The character is so complete. She is like basically undiveable. Also, if you're good at Luna Snow, you're undiveable. You will kill a diver if they dive you solo. They have to have like a Venom or something for you to actually like, you know. And even then, like I was playing a dive tank and I was playing a like I had all my cooldowns. I was using my cooldowns. I was hitting my headshots. She just out healed it and she out DPS'd it. It's insane. Mantis is DS plus, by the way. I don't think it was too surprising. This character's broken. She's the best anchor for all 3 supports. She has 3 team ups, and they're all broken. They're all best in slot, and she's like insane. Like Groot team up, good, right? The Jeff Bubble is probably better, but you have an enhanced Groot team up, which is still really good. You get really fast ults, right? Loki is, I'll be honest, you don't need it with Loki. You can still run Loki Mantis too, which is nice. It's a good like a knockback effect on the rune. So another like anti-brawl, anti-die effect. So it benefits your team if you need to. And but most and foremost, the team up on Emma. Bro, Emma Mantis is like the best comp ever, bro. Like it's like you get a damage boost. On top of that, you have like a 4-second crystal, and then it gives you extra health, so you're like even more unkillable on Emma. Dude, and it's like chunking people. It chunks tanks. Hello? Like the character, tell me that's not broken. Tell me that's not broken. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Her base kit is insane. The speed boost on damage boost is insane. It lets your flankers like rotate so much faster. You put it on your tank, they're doing insane amount of damage. You can run both team ups. The Starlord is good in 2-2-2. If you want to run 2-2-2, you use the Starlord team up so you can heal your allies next to the person you use your flake on. Or you go Adam team up. You die, you res, you come back. Really good in 3-3 and triple support. Mantis is insane right now. Is there much else to say, bro? Her ult's still good. She has a stun. Like, bro. But mostly it's a team up. I think the team ups are what really makes her broken. Like, she has so many good team ups, and she just pairs well, and triple support is broken. So, yeah. She gets her ult so I didn't even mention that. Her ult, dude, the amount of times we play 2-2-2, right? I'm playing 2 supports. I'm playing tank, so I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm giving my supports a lot of ult charge. And the Mantis is playing triple support, and she gets ult before my strats get ult. Huh? What? That makes no sense. Triple support. I mean, 3 people are healing the amount of 2, and they get the ult faster. And say that's why. I'll be honest. That's why this patch sucks. Everyone's like, "Oh, season 9 sucks. Season 9 is trash." It's because of the first day patch when they buffed her ult charge, so she gets it faster, and they also buffed the universal strat ult charge, so she got 2-way buffs on her ult. I don't know what the fuck Xeon was smoking that day, bro. Genuinely, don't know what the fuck. She's already like one of the best supports when that patch dropped. The day 1 patch. Ultron, I mean, another S tier support. Like, bro. Like, he also has a damage boost. Dude, the Peni team up is so broken. You give like 4 people a drone, and then you damage boost all of them. What? Why is that a thing? And then you have crazy damage. You even though you're a flyer, you're fine. I guess I was lying before when I said Storm is the like the only real fly that does well into poke. Ultron is insane. Like you play cover, and like you just don't like you like kind of like peak incrementally. You go up and down, like you're like, you know, going from behind the wall, outside the wall, playing cover. You're not really dying on Ultron, and if you are dying, you're fine because you have 2 of the supports to carry for you, and you're giving a damage boost to one of your allies, and you're giving AOE healing, and you have dude, you have like 400 HP effective on Ultron, because if you use the damage boost ability and then you dash, you're at 400 HP, and you're healing passively if you're in your drone. Like, hello, and you have now the Peni drone that applies to like 5 people. You could heal so much, bro. This character, I don't know what the hell they're buffing this character. And I see people on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube talking about this character sucks. What are they smoking? This character is broken, and triple support. The reason triple support is so broken is because Mantis and Ultron are like godlike. These characters need to get like toned down or something, man. I hate triple. These 2 characters are so brain rot. And your ult is good too. Like, it's a really good strat ult. You do damage and you heal at the same time. Rocket, I think Rocket's A tier. I don't know if he's better, probably worse than Cloak&Dagger, but it's probably like next. Like, they're holding hands. Rocket res is still broken. Rocket res is really crazy. Like, people underestimate the strength of that ability. It's insane. His ult is really good because you can use it defensively and offensively. Honestly, I'll be honest, his team ups are kind of mediocre. I'm not a fan of the Groot team up because honestly, you're going to be doing more healing and more damage if you just used your actual like gun rather than like switching to like the Groot shit. It doesn't really do much. Honestly, I would rather just like shoot my gun. And I go the Squirrel Girl team up is what I do, because it gives you a little healing when you get an acorn, and then it also lowers your cooldown. So if I'm getting dove, I can refresh my dash and heal a little bit, to get out faster. Or you can just throw it at your teammates. They heal. They also get cooldown reduction. So overall, he's giving a lot of value that no other character can provide, like cooldown reduction. It's marginal, right? It's a marginal ability, but I think the Squirrel Girl team up is good. The problem with Rocket though is the nerfs that were like actual like to his base kit. He probably was like S tier, S plus potentially last patch, and now he's like good. Like I don't think he's bad. I think he's good, but he's struggling a lot more compared to other supports right now. Not that he's bad or anything. Again, like he's an A tier, but yeah. White Fox. I think either her or Jubilee are the second worst support. I don't like White Fox. I think White Fox is good if you're like brawling and triple support, or not triple support. If you're brawling like with a brawl comp, she could work in triple support. I think she could also work in 2-2, but man, like her healing is so mediocre, I feel like, and her ult is horrible. Like the amount of like times like the White Fox pops her ult and she just insta dies, or like the value she gets is like less than like 2 seconds. Like, dude, just go like invis and that would be like guaranteed 8 seconds of invulnerability. Like, dude, your healing is mediocre. The CC cleanse, whatever, like who gives a fuck? Like honestly. Because situational, you're gonna pop your ult and like howl at somebody, you know, like CC immune or whatever. Like, were they even hit by something? Probably not. I feel like TP is good. I can't lie. TP is a really good ability. And the claw form is really good. The melee form is really good because you have 2 CCs. I'll probably put her above Jubilee, honestly. She's probably above Jubilee. Because the claw form, the melee form is really strong. You have a crazy amount of healing in that form. But it's an AoE, right? You can't, if you're too far from your tanks, you have to TP to them and then you have to pop it. If you pop it and you're far away from somebody, they're just gonna die because they're not getting any healing. And even the base healing, I feel like is unimpressive. The charm heal is good, but you want to use it defensively as well. Like if you use that, you don't have another one for when you get dove, right? And then you can't stun a diver or whatever. So you're forced on other cooldowns. That might matter more because, like I just said, the melee form is broken, and the TP is also broken. So you might want to use it for something else, obviously, like to peel for somebody else for the TP. Yeah, I just find her primary is just very lackluster. I don't know, like her damage on her balls is like a worse version of Invis. I feel like it's like, why would I run her when I can run Invis? That's what I feel like. And if it's like, oh, she's a good anti-dive support, blah 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 blah. Dude, everybody in S tier is an anti-dive support besides maybe Invis, bro. Everybody, and I guess Ultron, but Loki has runes and TP and Invis. Gambit has the mag team up. He has the bouncing cards. He has 2 slams and a dash and a slam, and 2 dashes as well. He has did I say mag bubble? He has that now. What else, bro? He has the cleanse AoE, and also the DPS AoE, which also heals him as well. I'm pretty sure. Like the character has insane self sustain. Mantis can self heal. She has a stun. Mantis I think is more like Luna, where you have to actually hit your shots for her to be like anti dive, but Luna is just like, I don't know how anybody dies from that character, bro, genuinely. And yeah, and honestly, in terms of like movement, like anybody can be anywhere. I think all these characters are relative. I just think Gambit is probably like by far and away better than all these guys. It's just that I don't want to put like more than one character in best. So I could literally just put Gambit right next to Mantis because I think they're like really like relative in terms of strength right now. Yeah, I think that's the tier list. Again, I just want to preface this tier list was made with like high elo in mind. Anybody can hit top 500 with any of these characters. Like you can see, oh, I hit top 500 on Wanda. I hit top 500 on Fantastic. I hit top 500 on Cyclops this season. Good for you, bro. Good for you. But like the amount of people who are just doing that on Elsa, it's like 100 people on Elsa right now. Like, okay, cool, bro. Like, dude, this like LARP where people are like, oh, this character is good because I I got like a 20 kill game, 20 final hits game with this character. Dude, like, good for you, but you could play literally any other character and you could do more, honestly. Like, what the, like, be honest. Is Fantastic better than, like, Bucky and Black Cat and Black Widow and Elsa? No way. No way somebody thinks that, right? And I think this is more than, like, opinion. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Flash Tier was his dog shit. Flash Tier was just pretty bad. But, they think that, like, their opinion is right because they play Magik and they're dominating platinum lobbies, bro. Like, good, like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, just because your character is in mid, honestly, should be a good thing because it means that, bro, they gotta buff this character. That means I'm gonna be doing better in future patches when they actually buff these characters. I'm a Strange main. I can't play Strange right now. It's so hard to get value on that character because I have 10 million CCs like destroying me. I'm forced on Mag, I'm forced on Emma, I'm forced on Tank Pool, I'm forced on the Thing, I'm forced on Venom. I need to learn Penny because she's really good right now. But these characters are all blessed. Like, they have so much going for them. And I do think this meta is better than the last one, honestly, because it was still a hit scan. It was just Dino was everywhere. Dino is even like the most unhealthy character of all time. In terms of health wise, like when Mag is broken, like people are like, oh, the game is healthy, right? I think the biggest problem is the strat line. Like the fact that there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6 characters that are like S tier on strat is insane. Tank is actually crazy. I'm surprised Tank is this strong right now. Considering it was so like, it was kind of weak the last 2 patches because Dino ran the game. Dino was like killing half the tanks, so it was like dive tank plus Dino, or like whatever front to back character if Dino got banned. Mag was horrible. Strange was horrible. Rogue was like mid because you need a Gambit for her to be good. And she's still like that, honestly. Like Mag, she's a fucking team up merchant. I could see her in C tier, and I wouldn't be mad at all. I just think that if you have the team up, she's just like way better than these guys with their team ups. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you're guaranteed a Gambit team up. Like, you're guaranteed the Gambit team up. Like, it's just now, instead of it being permanent, it's like on a cooldown. Not bad, not bad. Like, if you need it, you need it, right? Like, if you're like if you don't need it, you don't need it. So when you need it, you could pop the cooldown, and by the time you need it again, it's probably back, right? So her uptime's not that bad, even without the Gambit. I don't know if there's anything else I need to talk about. I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Peace.